to the first ever Nations Cup of Caledon.
Team Ireland have a devastating round one display. They are the only clear in the clubhouse of the BFL Nations Cup. Team Canada in front of the home crowd, they face an uphill battle. The railers drop, that is devastating.
Marilyn Little gets the double clear.
The USA come out on top, a brilliant night that they win.
I've been here many times because I used to ride for Lothlorien and Sue Grange, so this place is very familiar to me, even though it's been quite a few years since I've competed here.
It is a fantastic venue. It's all set up for this type of high-end international competition.
The last time I was here was 2015 for the Pan American Games. I was riding in the sport of eventing, and I won the team an individual gold medal.
My dad was competing, they won the gold, and that was super exciting. I was actually training a girl from Barbados, and it was her first time. She had a fantastic go as well, so they did an unbelievable job. Like I say, the venue is brilliant, so
I'm really excited to be here.
And I'm looking forward to the jumping.
Joined in the ring direct from UK. She is one of our instrumental commentators and personalities on the Major League Tour. Let's welcome Miss Hannah Robson, who is here tonight to give us a bit of a laydown on what we can expect in tonight's Unfortunately, I think Miss Hannah is a bit out of range, so we'll welcome her back in here and we'll bring her down and get her up into the booth right now to take the run through of the class. All right, folks, we look down to the start order right now, and we've got some incredible riders here to see tonight. It's going to be a lot of our riders that we had from last course. We see Gavin Moylan come in with Carolee Faherty, Susan Horn, Sean Jobin, Kamiko Dak, Connor Swell, one of the top riders in the world, of course, and Jacqueline Stevens. She's going to be making her return. We're also seeing a little bit later Miss Sloan Coles, Nikki Walker, who was absolutely lights out last night, Tanner Tarockman, and Marilyn Little, who rode absolutely incredible for the Americans last night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask you all please to stand and rise for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and the warmest of welcomes to Caledon after an electric BFL Nations Cup last night that saw the USA scorch ahead of Ireland. Ireland had the lead after the first round. They were disappointing in the second round, sadly. The door was open for the USA. They walked through it. And Canada won the silver on home sand here. Welcome to tonight's Grand Prix qualifier for tomorrow. It is the Sprucewood Tack, $46,000 150 qualifier for the Grand Prix tomorrow evening. And 16 combinations come forward, and the home nation has 11. Canada fields 11. The USA has 4 and 1 lone wolf. He's the highest world ranked rider this evening. World number 20 is Connor Swale. The course to me looks fairly fearsome. Olaf Pedersen Jr. is our German designer, and I think this is all out there to be navigated. The track is impressive. They have a fairly straightforward start down between 1 and 2, but then things ramp up quickly. The Chestnut Park Ox that looks very big, top end of the stadium, fence number 3. They then come down to the right every stride vertical, 3 white rails of 4, and then I think it's quite a forward fight down to the opening combination. The Nations Cup of Kaledan double. It's an Oxer in 2 again, forward strides down to 5B. Right-handed then past the in-gate, and that's a massive triple bar out of the tight turn, and again that suck-back effect to the collecting ring. Fence 6 looks very impressive, and then again 6 forward strides from Olaf down to the Stoneman vertical double, 7A and B, and then there's a snaking way home. The last line is big, 10, 11, 12AB and 13 is a long way home. Now fence 13, the Angel Stone Liverpool to bring them across the finish line. A very good evening to you wherever you are tuned in from worldwide. And Gavin Moylan sets us into action tonight. The Canadian shows us the way around the course with this 9-year-old. There are 4 9-year-olds in the class tonight. This is the opening one. This mounts the Westphalian Studbook Butterfly is on the course. And Gavin Moylan makes a very crisp start to the evening's proceedings. Big fence away from the in-gate, as I say, and the light frame Butterfly down to the Stoneman. Pair of verticals there, very beefy, lovely flanks though, very visually aware the horse will be of the apex, that the peripheral vision of him will be guided by the flanks of the fences, but the mistake comes. It's 3 strides down between 8 and 9, no 4 strides, sorry, between 8 and 9. The blemish at the Life Rings Ox. Gavin Moylan has another mistake, sadly 3 from home, but I think it's a good round on the young horse. She's only 9 butterfly, and the Westphalian mare is our trailblazer tonight in the Sprucewood Tack qualifier here at Caledon. It's going to be 8 penalties for jumping. Gavin nice inside the time, that is 77 seconds this evening, so he's a good 2 1/3 seconds inside time, but the young mare has 8 penalties out of the course of Olaf Pedersen. Certainly become more of a feature in world-class show jumping, the use of the air jacket. A lot of top riders, in fact, employing it at the La Corona Europeans this week as well, and a great feature. Of course, not the rotational full risk as we have in eventing, which is my sport, but anything can happen, so I think a very good becoming a common feature in world-class show jumping. Carly Ferti gets us underway. Gets herself underway, we're underway. This the Fair Green Sod Farms' jet plane. This son of the Dutch stud book, he's the son of White Snake, 11 years of age. And the Bay has got off to a positive start here as Carly eyes up the big oxer. But the mistake comes at that Chestnut Park oxer. It's a big old fence, socking dimensionally and perfectly square right up on the flank. So again, there's a little crowd assembled there, another distraction potential. Jet plane quite strong in Carly's hand as she comes off the corner to the maple leaf triple bar. Won't worry her that he was strong down with that triple bar because it's a forward 6 down to the Stoneman verticals. This horse jumping very well, regardless of that early error, but another oxer, I'm afraid, hits the sand. 9 goes the second time in this Sprucewood Tack qualifier. The life rings. It walked big, it walked forward to my eye, and it's proving that way with our opening 2 combinations running into trouble, both of them, and they've both looked pretty good out there, I would estimate to say. It's a late rail as well. Carly Ferti has 12 penalties out on the course with the Fair Green Sod Farms' jet plane tonight here in the Sprucewood Tack. 46,000 Canadian dollar qualifier for tomorrow night's 90,000 Canadian dollar Grand Prix. Good picture though. Course is tough, sure, but this horse looks very happy as he exits. It's always critical. You can have a big course, but we want to see the horses retaining their confidence. That is, of course, critical as they go onwards through their career, particularly with 4 9-year-olds in the qualifier this evening. Two 16-year-olds in the field tonight, and this the first of the older campaigners, Dominika van der Lukeshoeve, Susan Horn in the saddle for Canada. This horse she owns herself, and they've had a very good recent run. They were up at Spruce Meadows and had a good 8th in a jump-off class up near Calgary. That was at the start of June. This pair's last win was actually here at Caledon, July back in 2022, so this has been a very happy hunting ground for Susan Horn and Dominika van der Lukeshoeve on course. They came with an air of experience, of real partnership. You just feel they were trusting their likely performance tonight, and they make a bright start. Dominika quite strong down to the 3-railed vertical, right every stride at 4, and then down into the teeth of the double 5A and B. Looks a big old combination. Susan, yeah, gets in a bit deep to the triple bar. Had to really stretch out over that wide scope fence. Just gets away with it, but a slightly sketchy approach. Not not easy, just away from the in-gate, so horses will just naturally depower a little bit off that corner. You've got to then attack it with real fluency. Dominica, though, regardless, our ward's still clear, but now the error comes, I'm afraid. Top of the stadium, the Angel Stone Events vertical at 10, and a second vertical, the Maple Leaf fence into the double, that's 150 tall at 12A. The black gold leaves combination. Good round, but again, this course proving a very stiff challenge from Ella Pedersen this evening here. It must be. It's 2 down. So the 3 scores we have had so far, 8-12 and 8 once again. Good to see this whole combination in good form tonight. Susan Horn has 8 penalties with Dominica van der Lucas server combination. 3 of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier tonight at Caledon. It's been a beautiful day here. It was very windy yesterday for the Nations Cup. Things have settled down. It's a hot evening. The weather prior to the build-up of this week was really hot when I arrived in Toronto. Still a fairly warm evening, but this man has had a very good day. He won the 3-star class today with our Cougar. That was a competition against the clock, and this man was the first to go. He blazed around, won by a good clutch of seconds. And Sean Jobin comes forward to try and post the first clear round of this jump-off competition, the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. This is the second 16-year-old of the competition. Sarah Hofstadinas is on course for Sean. He's 33 years of age. And this horse, the son of Padinas, crossed to Columbus, the dam sire, get quite deep into the base of the Oxford 4, which is big enough already. They get out over the back bar. This horse, long-term partner of Mark Haltsacher, the very steady Dutchman, has been with Sean since the start of 2023. It's a polished start here, midway around the course, and a good crowd here anticipates the first clear round of the qualifier. Sprucewood Tack, a trusted name in the equestrian community. They sell high-end apparel, saddlery and equestrian gear. Expert team they have, and thank you very much to them for the support of this big class here on Friday night at Caledon. But there's a mistake, 4 from home this time. It's a socking oxer. The USA themed fence, or I should say the Canadian USA Irish, to be fair, are 3 nations here, but it is that big white ox that goes. Really frustrating. He's just over the time as well, so that penalty was going to come on the clock or jump-wise, I'm afraid. Good round from Sean Jobin. It's 6 for Sarah Hofstadinas tonight at number 4 for the home nation. Still, we look for the first clear round of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. The next to jump this very smart Clarimo mare Charissa gets underway shortly, number 5. Looks certainly bright-eyed, and I'm not sure yet whether focused or just bubbling over in terms of excitement. We'll wait and see. Karma Godek, we welcome from the USA, and this is her own Charissa combination 5. And the first of the quartet, the USA this evening, and of course, the US buoyed by their superb win in the Nations Cup, the BFL prize yesterday night. Marilyn Little anchored there for the USA with a great clear. Charissa runs down to the big ox, Chestnut Park's fence at 4, one of the early Burger fences, and jumps it very well. This mare powerfully built. She's got a real engine. It's a long, big frame of a horse as well. Gets in perilously deep to the triple bar. It goes. And they've been in very good form here because they were third in the Pommies two-star Grand Prix here last weekend and second in the Ride Every Stride two-star 145 jump-off class as well. So this, I'm afraid, has gone against the grain for them given their recent results last weekend. Godek homebound to try and stay on forward for the best round of the qualifier tonight. That is still within her grasp. Rattles the penultimate into the maple leaf, gold leaf combination. It stays. Good round. Unlucky, very good round, but the scar comes at the triple bar away from the in-gate fence 6. Denies us our open clear of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. Great round for Trissa and Karma Godek. This was the moment. The most seasoned gun in the world rankings here this evening at number 20 globally. Connor Swale we welcome, and I think this will be the first clear round. Connor's superb major win was the Rolex Grand Prix at Spruce Meadows back in 2016, best part of a decade ago. He's from Saintfield County Down. Started very young as an infant in the saddle, inspired by his trips as a young boy to the Dublin Horse Show, Royal Dublin as it was. Connor saddles Theo 160 this evening. This horse owned by Man and Farm, Connor Murphy, who has been again pivotal in this man's career. Now Connor Swale sizes up fence for the big oxer, jumps it very easily. This horse, should they make the jump off, is very fast on his feet. He's 13 years of age this time. The last win was at Desert Horse Park back in mid-March, a 150 victory. But they've had a string of podiums on the route to Caledon. They were here last weekend. A couple of top 10 finishes for this combination, but no. It's another one blemished out of the double. Stoneman vertical, the second of those at 7B. Consuel then is a long way off the Oxford 9. Connor Swale gets a long way off that white oxer. It is still okay, but Theo is going to hopefully finish on the same score as Karma Godek moments or so ago, and the clear round I felt was in the wings, I'm afraid, denied. 7B is the error for Connor Swale, and the course bites another scalp this evening, and the most seasoned rider in the class, I'm afraid, will bow out of the jump off we hope we will be delivered. We've jumped 6 out of 16, we're a third of the way through, and still we wait for the first clear round of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. I'm a little bit sheepish to make another prediction after my error with Connor Swale, but I'll go again. I think this is going to be the first clear round. Canada's Jacqueline Steffens Daly we welcome forward. She's 31 years of age. She's a very versatile lady. She had a degree in molecular biology. She's a keen paddle boarder. And this is her superb Freaky. Their 7th season together. They debuted in May of 2019. They have been regulars with us on the Major League show jumping circuit since 2021. They've had some big wins. They won a 5-star at Spruce Meadows back in July 2022. And this year went very well in the World Cup at Ocala. Live Oak for 4 penalties for 12th in the big World Cup. Freaky, I'm still fairly certain this will be the opening clear. I'll go again. Jacqueline runs down now to this big old double combination, 2 strides, quite short actually, Freaky on bound, and that's a forward too, so this horse is clearly up for it tonight. Jacqueline Stephens-Daly down the long side to where Connor Swale had his error moments ago, a little woe, and Freaky's through there. Jacqueline Stephens-Daly into this big rated distance, the 4 strides between 8 and 9 comes up very nicely. They've got a good head of steam here as they whistle around the corner with 5 fences to go. And poised on the brink of our opening clear round. Freaky down deep into the white ox, jumps it, rattles it, but clear. Jacqueline, oh no, the penultimate goes, agonizing. It had been a beautiful round. Yeah, Ryan Claremont, our event director on the stadium microphone, heartbreaking his adjective, I quite agree. Undeserved. It was a great round from Jacqueline. It's a late 4 penalties for Freaky, combination 7. Very, very nice round to watch. And we have now 3 4-penalty rounds. A third of the way through the Sprucewood Tack qualifier for tomorrow night's Grand Prix. This lady looks very elegant in the red jacket of US show jumping, and Sloane Coles. Well, number 292 enters the heat of battle, and it is a hot course that they are all tackling. She runs Spring Ledge in Virginia. She's from the Plains in Virginia initially, equestrian family. Dad John was a steeplechase jockey, and her mother Julie competed at hunter jumper classes. Trained with some luminaries over the years, including John and BZ Madden. And this is a Limoncello Z tonight for Sloane Coles. This horse produced in the Netherlands. They've been together since May of this year only, so a brand new combination. Their 5-star debut was at Lexington in late April, a couple of months ago. Limoncello soars out over the back of 4, looks very good and up for this here early on. Sloane, little woe control down to the 3 white rails. Limoncello Z makes a great recovery. Was way away the Oxer into the double, the Nations Cup of Kaledan combination. Limoncello, I'm liking this round. Yes, there's some adjustments, but it's got a real air of positivity. Sloane Coles down to the related distance, took off away from that Oxer into the line, but still clear, and 5 fence to go here. Limoncello Z now into the heart of the tail end of this course, and can they jump this fence that denied Freaky a clear round? Yes, they can. Home turn now, time's good for the opening clear of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier, and there it is. The USA are flying this week. They won the BFL Nations Cup last night. And yes, a little bit unconventional in style. There was some adjustments, some big takeoff points. It was all happening. Dynamic it was. But Sloane Coles posts the first clear of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier with an electric performance. Limoncello Z is the lone clear of the class at the halfway point exactly. The next to come, part of the Team Silver for Canada in the home Nations Cup, the BFL prize last night. And from Scarborough, Ontario initially, Nicole Walker, we welcome. Nicole was the Canadian national champion in 2018, and this is her superb à toutes des trembles en course. This guy, 15 years of age, he's the son of Nectar de Forêt. This pair started in 2021, formerly ridden by Francis Mal Martin and Great Britain's Ashley Harrison. Well, this pair certainly know each other backwards, so they've been watching out of the collecting ring and seeing where the pitfalls are out on the course, and there's several of them, as we've well seen. Nicole comes fairly conservatively down to that white vertical. It's a smooth start. They've got to get this turn right, because any miscue at 6 and 7 is just close enough on 6 forward strides. You could get misplaced here, and I'm afraid they take the vertical down into the Stone Man vertical. 7A is on the sand. Nicole Walker to try and post the 4th 4-foot round of the evening. She'll be disappointed on revisiting this round, because it's been a very smart round overall to watch. Tout de Tombe gets out of jail at the White Ox, so was losing power on takeoff, got away with it, but it's a good round that is denied. 7A and B. It was 7B that caught out Connor Swale. The Canadian falls foul at 7A tonight. Good round overall. But we are denied our second clear round of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. There's great top partnership. Nicole Walker and Tout de Tombe complete with 4. I'm very excited to watch this young gun tonight. I enjoy preparing Tanner Korotkin for my biographies, because he's got an impressive record. Tanner's still only 23 years of age. He has been at 2 North American Youth Championships, and the Team Silver came in Traverse City in 2022. He had a very good recent win, the IDA Development 2-star Grand Prix at the World Equestrian Centre in Ocala with this horse, Kinmar Quality Hero. He just dropped down to 2-star level to build up actually for this week, because he had a very good 5th place in a 4-star Grand Prix. Again at Ocala the week prior to the victory. Mum and Dad Alan and Kirsty Korotkin, they are equestrian trainers in Wellington. Castlewood Farm is their base in Florida. Tanner started at 8. He was disinterested in riding initially, and actually Mum and Dad bribed him to his first lesson. That was a trip to Universal Studios. That was his reward to ride. Paid off beautifully, and now he's making hay while the sun shines early on in his 20s. Kinmar Quality Hero has got an enormous ground covering stride. He's a very brave, scopy horse in Tanner's own words. He's got to be tonight. There's plenty to do out there to try and join Sloan Coles and Limoncello Zed. Tanner Korotkin. The mistake comes, I'm afraid. Back of the Life Rings Ox Fence 9. He's trained with Missy Clark and John Brennan at North Run Farm, and also was with Shane Sweetnam at Sweet Oak Farm. Whether he's still with Shane or not, I'm not sure. But certainly with some of the best in the business. Tanner Korotkin, it's a fast round, but denied our second clear round, and maybe they're the second clear for the USA with the mistake. The back of the Life Rings Ox, as 9 is the error for the young man for the USA. The next is star, 53 years of age. He hails from Grand Prairie in Alberta initially. Started at 8 in the saddle, and he ran a livery in business at just 12 years of age, incredibly. And at 18 branched out full-time into the horse industry. Now based at Palm Beach Point in Wellington, Gavin Moylan for Canada gets underway. He has competed for a decade internationally, and his second ride in the class is Anton 869. It's my son's name, so I wish him the best of luck. This horse has been in great recent form. He's had a real string of top 10 finishes. 7 top 10 finishes actually since late May. And the best finish was at Ocala. That was third in a two-phase special 140. Anton has had a bit of luck actually, because hit that oxer early hard enough and it stayed in the cups. This horse young at 10. Holstein Son of Action break across to Sean Batin. Gavin Moylan smoothly down through 7A and B. Stoneman double, and that was a downfall of Connor Swale, the world number 20. Anson has got now 20 seconds to come home inside time, and he's going to do the time. 4 to go for our second clear to join Sloane Coles and Limoncello for a Canadian-US head-to-head tonight, but no, the penultimate goes. Boy, it's really tough going, because Freaky was very good. Jacqueline Stephens-Daly had the vertical down into that Maple Leaf double, and now Gavin Moylan has the oxer out of it. Anton 869 had been really immaculate, but the penultimate, I'm afraid, denies us our jump off. And of course, if there's no more clears, we've got 5 more to come. I think there will be a clear round out of these 5. There would be no jump off should Sloane Coles, of course, have the only 0 score. It does happen. I remember last year, Martin Fuchs won the Defender Grand Prix of Switzerland in St. Gallen with the only clear round. And Abdurrahman Al-Raji was second with Ventago with 1 time penalty. So it occasionally happens, but it's few and far between. Well, the team around me, I must have been Guga. I stopped drinking in 2018, so I don't have the explanation apart from a hot afternoon. But Nicole Walker was also clear. I'd seen a mistake, but it was purely imaginary. Happy to say we do have a jump off. We have Sloane Coles and Nicole Walker. The new starter, William Martin, has a tough start, I'm afraid. This is Jasper jumping. This horse owned by Ariel Grange, and of course, serious celebration. Sad to see Legacy not at day 2 in La Coruña, having led the table C with Daniel Coyle. That was Ariel Grange's wonderful mare in Spain. Jasper now tries to stay on the 4 penalties, and William Martin turns down into this very big triple bar, which has been influential. 7A and B, again the Stoneman verticals, the one out of contention. Well, he was already out with the early mistake, but doubly out of the jump off, I'm afraid now. But I've enjoyed watching this round from William. It's got, again, a real upbeat tempo. It's a strong, determined ride he's given. Jasper. This horse diminutive, I don't think much bigger than sort of 15-1, 15-2 hands. It's a glorified pony, essentially. But a very good round to watch. Couple down out on this challenging course of Olaf Pedersen. It is 8. The late starter, 4 from the end of the first round of the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. 8 for William Martin and Ariel Grange's Jasper this evening here at Caledon Equestrian Park.
We welcome back
Courtois is his rider this evening. This, the young son, only 9 years of age, son of Nabab de Rev, has the early mistake. And then a heavy hit, I'm afraid, of the triple bar. Bear in mind, this horse, this is his first season internationally, where he's competed by Brazil's Gabriel de Matos Machado, and then with Sean since late May only, so they're a brand new combination. This beefy course will be certainly quite an early start for them in their young careers. Big test this evening from Olaf Pettersson. Sean Jobin takes Courtois down to the final fence, the third from the end of this Sprucewood Tack qualifier. Jumps it well. And yes, the horse is 9. I think it's a good learning curve for him tonight. Good opportunity to experience a big ring. It is an impressive facility here. Many rings, many equestrian activities, ponies we've had today, lots of hunter jumpers. There's a lot to watch here. And this horse certainly will gain a lot of mileage from the trip here in Kaledan. It's 8 for Sean Jobin and his brand new Courtois, the son of Nabab de Rev, combination number 14. The new starter, Carly Ferti, the penultimate of the class, and this is Giulietta. Combination number 15 gets started. She's 14 years of age, daughter of Clinton, Dirk Diemersman's former Olympic ride, the Belgian. And Giulietta owned by, again, the Fair Green Sod Farm for Carly. Her second ride after Jet Plane, number 2 out. Carly had a very good win with the horse she rode first, Jet Plane, the Grand Prix at Ocala at the World Equestrian Centre back in late June, not so long ago. Giulietta travels down to the 3 very starey white rails coming early. Just get into the combination. I thought was going to hit the Oxa in. Gave it a little rattle. This pair's last win was at Wellington. That was in mid-April. Giulietta new to Carly's saddle. Former rider of Stephanie Hines and Sophie Down, the Dutch and Irish riders in respective order, but the mistake comes, I'm afraid, late enough, the Angel Stone vertical. 2 verticals on the home run. It's a big line, that is. As they jump out over 10. Big snaky line, 11, 12 AB, back to 13. There's a lot of jumping on the home run. And I'm afraid the good round is uncoupled. It's the final fence as well for 12 for Carly Ferti and Giulietta. Great starts, troubles down the home line for the Canadian combination. Very focused looking Christine Carlson enters the anchor for this Sprucewood Tack qualifier for tomorrow night's $90,000 Canadian Grand Prix here at Caledon. Christine saddles Quilaja van der Helle last to go with the 2 clears. Sloane Coles and Nicole Walker in quick succession. Quilaja arches her back beautifully out over the big Kubota rocks. Fence 2 well behind them. I quite like a high head carriage. They're independent, these types of horses, but they are often very talented. No more so than Simon de Lestra's Cayman Jolly Jumper. He won the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix in Monaco, won the Rolex Grand Prix at Sertogenbosch, and won the Longines Grand Prix out in fact, the Saut Hermès Grand Prix in Paris. So that horse again, high head carriage. Quillager. Best finish recently was at Wilmington in Ohio, late May. That was third in a meter 45 jump off class, and 2 errors now, I'm afraid, for Christine Carlson, who is our anchor tonight. But this horse only 9 again, 4th 9-year-old of the class. So again, for a young horse, it's been a good performance. Oh, hits the last fence very squarely in front. Fence 13, I'm afraid, is also on the sand. Christine Carlson comes home. 12 is her score, but a very nice 9-year-old Castas van der Helle's daughter, Quillager van der Helle, is combination 16 to anchor the Sprucewood Tack qualifier tonight here at Caledon, Ontario. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the 2 clears. Sloane Coles and Canada's Nicole Walker. The USA faces Canada in the 2-way jump-off for this $46,000 Canadian prize tonight. Here's confirmation. That first clear round of Sloane Coles was so well constructed, it was really a masterclass. Wasn't foot perfect, but Limoncello Z improvised out of a few little troubled spots to deliver the opening clear, and then Nicole Walker followed hot in her footsteps. I had imagined a fence down. I'd love to see the replay, see what I saw, because it's clearly a figment of my imagination. I'm delighted the home nation have their clear. And Canada, they had the silver last night in the BFL Nations Cup, and they try and upgrade on Friday night with a win in this Sprucewood Tack qualifier. It's certainly going to be fascinating, because Nicole has been with that horse a long time. They're a well-known partnership. And we take a short break after the first round with 2 clears after 16, so 1 and 8 the clear round rate. Well done to Sloane Coles and Nicole Walker as we prepare for the jump off for this 3-star Sprucewood Tack qualifier. From myself, Ed Holloway, thanks for your company. We'll see you soon for the decider. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sprucewood Tack qualifier. This is the jump off, and 46,000 Canadian dollars is the prize purse. The two fight over essentially the course to lead you into it. It is going to be the triple bar, fence 6, then it's a long gallop down to 7B. The out of the Stoneman double remains. Then they have that sharp right-hander. It's the Motion Deverzok, so that's big at 8. But now it's ramped up because 9's omitted, but they have a very sharp turn back to 10. The Angelstone vertical after a handbrake, 360-degree loop will not be easy. They then turn left-handed down to the very imposing Caledon Flags White Ox, that's very big at 11. Both parts of the double, the black, gold, maple leaf, vertical and oxo, one stride 8 meter and 10, it walks 12A and B. And then two new fences on the home run. It's the Sprucewood Tack, our sponsors vertical. New fence at 15 on the sharp right hand. It's a blind turn. And then down to the final fence, that is the Pommies, the cider companies, Oxa. Green and white at 16 is the anchor fence for this. Jump off course, the track, 350 meters. And 56 seconds is the time allowed. And the USA lead us into action, Sloane Coles. This will be a late birthday present for Sloane. She was 37 about a week ago. The Virginian comes down to a big stride. She sees at 8. Now this, the sharp turn back to the Angelstone vertical. Limoncello's head wheels it perfectly. The getaway is pretty quick. Down to the Caledon Flags, gives it a rattle, it stays. Sloane woes down into the double, but can't quite put the brakes on in time. Vertical goes into the sting in the tail of Olaf Pedersen's course. The home run for Sloane Coles. Limoncello's head has had a great night developmentally. He really has learned a lot, I think, this evening. Because bear in mind, he's still only 9 years of age. What a good round he has enjoyed in this Sprucewood Tack qualifier. He's looked very good. You can see the greenness at times in round 1. He certainly already, as he came out of the jump off, looks a way more produced package, even though it was only about 45 minutes ago that he jumped that. Great clear in round 1. Good effort from Sloane Coles. Limoncello Z has 4 penalties, and 41.8 was the time. The door is certainly ajar for the Canadian win tonight. She needs a clear round to win. That is the order, and Nicole Walker. Now this lady from Scarborough, Ontario initially, 6 years of age. She got into the saddle, Canadian national champion 2018. And this is a very good partnership. Together since 2021, and a tout de tremble, now 15 years of age. The clear for the Canadian win is the asking tariff, but Nicole Walker chases down quite quickly actually to 7B. As if to say to this horse, I need you energized. Tout de tremble out over the Motion Deverzok, so this is the hard turn here. Yeah, it goes wide in insurance, bit of width there, bit of breadth on the turn to not risk this. Angelstone vertical. Nicole Walker, tout de tremble, a little angle over the Caledon Flags at 11. Down then through the double, very solid. The home crowd getting engaged now. They sense victory is on the cards here. 2 to go, and Nicole Walker is going to run down homebound. Needs a good stride, and she sees a big one. Was away off it, but the horse exploded. It's a big distance, boy. That gave me a little hollow moment, thinking that maybe it was too big a distance as she asked for, but it was a very good round. And Canada lifts the Sprucewood Tack qualifier tonight here at Caledon with the only double clear. 16 combinations came forward, and that is the sole double clear that wins the qualifier ahead of tomorrow night's Grand Prix. Well done. Nicole Walker wins with a tout de tremble. Time, of course, irrelevant. It's the only double clear of the competition. 2C's victory. 2 very demanding rounds from Olaf Pedersen. And the season pair for Canada win the big class tonight here on Friday night at Caledon Horse Park. And this is the great scene that Canada can celebrate its big win this evening. silver yesterday in the BFL Nations Cup for the home nation. They go on better this evening. Here's the confirmation. The double clear that wins the Sprucewood Tack qualifier, Nicole Walker, and a tout de tremble. Sloane Coles has a very good evening. The 9-year-old Limoncello Zed is a star. He is second. Gavin Moylan looked very good with Anton. 2 rights for Gavin this evening. Anton is third. Connor Swale has 7 beat-down out of the Stone Man double in round 1. The world number 20 is fourth, and a late mistake. Boy, it was a cruel late blow. 3 from home in round 1. Jacqueline Stephens-Daly and is sixth for USA, Tanner Korokin. 1 down McKinn, my quality hero. Sean Jobin, Gavin Moylan and Suzanne Horn completes our top 10 tonight in the feature class of the day. Sadly, Marion Little we did not see tonight. She was the anchor round the great clear for the USA last night to claim the BFL Nations Cup here at Caledon. The US who won with a score of 1 ultimately. There was one time penalty for Elena Haas and Claude in the first round. There was one time penalty for Elena Haas and Claude in the first round that was the winning total for the United States of America. Delighted to welcome Sprucewood Tack as one of our wonderful sponsors tonight, and they are a trusted name in the equestrian community. They sell high-end apparel, saddlery and gear, and they're an expert team that bring quality and knowledge and passion to everything that they do. And delighted tonight to welcome Olivia Reeves of Sprucewood Tack, who will be making the awards presentation alongside Kian White, who alongside Matt Morrissey direct the wonderful Major League Show Jumping Series. That will be starting in August. Leg 1 will be at Traverse City. We'll kick into action with the American Gold Cup, then a break week prior to Leg 2 coming to Angelstone here in Canada. So Kian White and Olivia Reeves are presenting party tonight for this, the Sprucewood Tack Shop qualifier. Short break and prize giving will come straight up for you here on this beautiful Caledon Equestrian property. A big thank you to the entire team here at Caledon and our ground jury.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled to welcome our top 6 into the arena to
Elaine
receive
Zander
their
from Brazil,
ribbons.
Amelia Gomez from Mexico.
Of course, we welcome in
Jennifer
6th
Denise
place,
and
Karma
Cindy
Godek
Gered
and
from Ontario.
Charissa. In 5th place, we welcome in Jacqueline Stephens-Daly and Freaky. 4th place goes to Connor Swale and Theo 160. 3rd place, we take you to Gavin Moylan with Anton 869. That combination, your
top
fastest
6 we
4
welcome in,
falters
and
with a time of
Karma Michelle Godek has a
73.07. That
very good
fastest
6th place with
round in
Charissa
the
with
first
just 4
round.
penalties for in the
Of course,
first
we had that
round. Highly
incredible
influential it
head-to-head
was.
jump off with Sloane
Jacqueline
Coles taking
Stephens-Daly
2nd
got
place
so unlucky.
with Limoncello
3
Z.
from home was
And
the
finally,
late
of
mistake
course,
for
the win
Freaky.
tonight goes to
4
your
penalties
home
for the
hero,
Canadian,
Nicole
and
Walker.
5th place
And
for
at
Jacqueline. Connor Swale, the one number 20, he is 4th this evening. 1 down at 7B. Out of the Stone Man double for Theo 160. And the podium, Gavin Moylan. Canada have a very good class. He is 3rd with Anton 869 with the 4 penalties. Sloane Coles is the reserve champion. Limoncello Z, only 9 years of age. And Sloane 2nd with 4 penalties. 41.8 was her time in the jump off and the win. Nicole Walker wins for Canada at tout de tremble. Great combination. Her other horse, Excellent B, she's been with for 9 years. And Nicole Walker with a tout de tremble since the 2021 season. Our top three dismounts because the podium awaits in the Sprucewood Tack qualifier tonight here at Caledon, Ontario. This beautiful horse park, my first trip here. Superb sunk main arena. There's a lovely slope seating area that everybody can watch and have a really good vantage point. This is the clubhouse in the back of your picture, which is a very, very good viewing opportunity, and a social area around the heat of the show jumping battles that will be ensuing here over the days of competition. So thank you very much to Sprucewood Tack, and on behalf of our sponsors, Olivia Reeves, we welcome, alongside Kian White. We will start in third place, and Canada have a very good class because fifth, third, and the win goes to the home nation. Gavin Moylan, we welcome. This is third place for Gavin. Anton 869 is the third place with 4 penalties. And second place, what a very good performance of the young horse at just 9 years of age. Limoncello Z is the reserve champion. 1 down, quicker time in the jump off, but just the 4 penalties exclude Sloan Coles from the winner's chair. Limoncello Z is the reserve. The win goes to Canada. Well done, Nicole Walker. Her superb partner at Tout de Tremble wins the Sprucewood Tack qualifier this evening. The only double clear of the 16 combinations that lined up in round 1. Well done to Nicole. Former Canadian national champion lifts the Sprucewood Tack qualifier tonight here in Caledon. Canada's take some revenge on the USA after the United States of America's win yesterday in the BFL Nations Cup. And we stand for the national anthem of the winning nation tonight, the home nation, Canada. Congratulations, Nicole Walker wins the Sprucewood Tack qualifier this evening with a Tout de Tremble. The home nation, with the only double clear of the class, wins the lion's share of the 46,000 Canadian dollar prize purse. Thank you to Sprucewood Tack for the superb support of tonight's feature class. And just to remind you, tomorrow night it is 6:10 local time here. 18:10 hours. That will be the start of the $90,000 Grand Prix of Caledon here for 2025. So please join us tomorrow night. That will be a wonderful class. And we'll see who goes forward after the Nations Cup yesterday and the qualifier tonight to win that Grand Prix tomorrow night's big highlights. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, 16 came forward to the Sprucewood Tack Grand Prix qualifier for tomorrow, and one combination only jumped the double clear that wins. Nicole Walker strikes to the tumble, winning the double clear, the Canadian victory. Sloane Coles is second with Limoncello Z, the 9-year-old only, very impressive for the USA. And Gavin Moylan rounds out a very good night for Canada. He is third with Anton 869. From myself, Ed Holloway, thank you for your company. Well done to our podium. Well done to Nicole Walker. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6:10 for the Grand Prix of Caledon. Until then, goodbye.